Hello! Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Alex for those of you that don't know me, and I'm going to be posting on here regular updates of my spinal cord injury recovery. I hope you enjoy it and let's go. So I've currently been in hospital for 6 weeks, and that's 6 weeks today. So I'll start from the beginning. So 6 weeks ago today I had an accident that I obviously never saw coming. On the 16th of June, the day after my fiance's birthday, Sophie, she had a great birthday by the way, and the day after we met together with 6 of our friends and we had a socially distanced barbecue by the river. And I was not drinking on that day, and I said to everyone, I'll be the responsible one, I'll just look after everyone and make sure that everyone's okay, and like I cooked us dinner and everything, and boop, boop, vehicle reversing. We decided to play frisbee, and the frisbee ended up going into the water, and I wanted to try and retrieve it, so I jumped into the water, but I didn't jump in in a responsible way, I think. Like, I dove into the water and I wasn't really thinking about it, and it was really shallow. And as I dove in, I hit my head off something. I don't know what it was. I don't know whether it was a rock or a log or even just the bottom of the river, but I hit it so hard that I broke my neck. I broke the C5 vertebrae in my neck, so that's the 5th vertebrae down in my neck, and it was broken clean in half. And so I did a good job. Good job.
Hello! So the C5 that you can see here is the one that was broken in half, and it was the front part of the bone that was broken. Bye!
When I broke my neck, I got knocked out and I heard a white noise. And when I came around, I was face down in the water, and all I could see was the bottom of the river, and I literally just tried to hold my breath for as long as I could, hoping that it wasn't going to be sort of my last sight, I'll call it. All I really remember is just thinking that this isn't how I go, and this isn't my last moments, and this isn't how I spend my last moments. So I just tried to hold my breath for as long as I could. Thankfully, one of Sophie's best friends and a very close friend of mine, Natalie, and she turned me over in the water and managed to drag me to the bank, which I was very, very grateful for. And I don't really sort of remember much because I was really, really concussed, and this is when one of our great friends, Jack, jumped in and he helped Natalie pull me out of the water. The next thing that I remember was wanting to be sick. I just really wanted to be sick, and I ended up chucking up a load of river water. It just wasn't very nice. I just remember asking people to call an ambulance because I couldn't move, and I didn't know what I'd done. I had no idea, and nobody else knew. I think it was about 4 or 5 paramedics around me when they arrived, and there was one lady above my head holding my head still and stopping me from moving it. And then next thing I know, the Magfast ambulance service arrived, and then 2 police officers, and I believe I saw some firefighters as well, which was very strange. I sort of had all the emergency services there. I just remember someone saying, Alex, stay awake, sort of thing, which I was really struggling to do. Can't really remember much between laying on the ground and getting to the hospital. Once I arrived in hospital, I believe I was taken straight through A&E into intensive care, where I waited for my CT scans and MRI scans. I stayed awake that whole entire night. I didn't fall asleep once. When they told me that I broke my neck, I wasn't really sure how to deal with it, and I was just sort of like, okay, they rung Sophie up, I think they said they rung her up about 12 o'clock and let her know what happened. I then just waited up all night and went into surgery later the next morning. The surgeon told me that he was going to take out the broken vertebrae and replace it with a bone graft from my right hip, and then fuse the vertebrae above and below to the new bone using a metal plate and 4 screws. After 4 hours in surgery, I then came out. I'm not really sure how long I was out for. I woke up in the neurological critical care unit in Addenbrooke's. I was hallucinating a lot. I remember when I first woke up, I thought I was sort of like a member of like MI5, like 007 sort of thing. And I woke up shouting at the nurse going, "Show me what you got on your computer. Why are you hiding things from me?" Such a strange moment. I woke up a few hours later, I think, and I said, "I am so sorry for shouting at you earlier." And she was like, "Oh, it's fine, don't worry, it happens." But I spent the first, I think it was 12 days with what they call an NG tube. So it's a feeding tube that goes down my nose into my stomach, because at the time I was nil my mouth. I couldn't eat or drink. From the operation, my swallowing was very weak because they went through my neck just here. Hopefully Sophie will insert a photo just here. And ta-da! So I was in the neurological critical care unit for 16 days before I was finally moved up to the main ward A5 here, and then later moved on to J2 after about several days, I believe, and I've been here in the rehabilitation ward ever since. Since being here, I have been to the gym multiple times, done some rehab. Whilst I've been here, I contracted pneumonia. I think it was just over a week ago I had pneumonia, and I also had a lovely anaphylactic shock, which is just a really bad allergic reaction. I had an allergic reaction to an antibiotic called Tazocin, which had an increased dose of penicillin in it, and I had a massive rash on my chest, and my throat started closing up so I couldn't breathe very well, and then my lips were very swollen as well. They injected me with adrenaline, and I wasn't really sure what was going on. I didn't know that I was having an allergic reaction or an anaphylactic shock at the time, and I mean, thank gosh they did. Tell you what, adrenaline being pumped into you is the worst thing ever. It's not very nice at all. My body sort of jumped off the bed, and like I was it sort of induced like a panic attack almost. Later that evening I was moved to an intensive care ward called IDA here, and I was there for about 12 hours so that they could keep an eye on me. So I'll just now talk about the injury a bit. I am currently paralysed from here down, so just above my nipples, and all the way down to my toes. And this is also inclusive of some muscles in my shoulders and my triceps, which are here, the outside of my arm, which is here, and my hands. So they are currently stuck in sort of a fist position, but I do have what is known as ten-adhesive grip, I believe it's called. So when I open my hands, they open up, and then when I close them, they create more of a grip shape. With this, I've taught myself to pick up a half-pint cup so I can have water, and I can hold it in my hands using the natural tension that is currently in my fingers. Yeah, I'm just mainly sort of working on what I have at the moment and working on a bit of independence to try and not rely on the nurses as much. I'm also working with the occupational therapists here as well. They've given me a cuff that goes around my hand, and it has a little slot in it so I can insert things like cutlery and toothbrushes, and just to sort of so that I can do things by myself. It's going to be a hell of a journey, and I'm ready for it. You know, I'm totally prepared for it because as I've always told myself from day one, nothing is going to change what has happened to me. No matter how upset I get about it, no matter how sad or depressed I get, nothing's going to change that. And the only thing that is going to change that is by working hard and staying positive. I'm not saying that I've been fine the whole time. I've definitely had moments where I've sort of teared up and where I've sort of wanted a hug and things like that. And it's just sort of mainly thinking about the past that is difficult, because it doesn't seem. Thank
How
you.
nice I am.
Thank you so
You gonna
much.
get sugar?
Yeah, working independence. Thank you. You came in just as I was about to tear up.
Oh, Gemma. Don't cry, because you make me cry.
My nurse just brought me a Lindt chocolate. But, yeah, this is an example of working on independence. She asked me if she wanted me to open it. And I said,
you help.
"Nuh-uh, honey."
Oh, thanks.
I love Lindt chocolate. Yes, so as you were, soldier. Yeah, so the main things that sort of get to me is thinking about the past, just because it doesn't feel like real. Yeah, like it just seems like a dream. Which is the thing is, I'll never forget anything that I've ever done, or how I was before, or all the things that I've achieved, or anything. Sorry if this is very long and you're getting bored. I've got so much to say. I've got 6 weeks to catch up on. Obviously, because even though I'm keeping positive and thinking about all the things that I want to achieve and all the goals that I have and all the dreams that I have, you do sometimes have to think realistically and think, what if I don't improve? What if I stay like this? What will the rest of my life look like? It's sort of scary, you know, but at the end of the day as well, you've got to think that you're not the first person to have this injury. You're not going to be the last person to have this injury. And there are so many people out there that have made an incredible life for themselves. And they've managed to accomplish so much, even with still being a quadriplegic, which means that the paralysis has affected all 4 limbs. It's not going to be the same, but it's not going to be the end of the world. The thing is as well, the one main thing I'm incredibly happy for is that I have the most incredible support network and incredible system around me. The one thing that I am incredibly grateful for is the amount of people that have messaged me showing their support and offering their time and saying, if there's anything that you want or anything that you need, please just ask. And it's so incredible, because obviously in sort of days when we're not doing anything and we don't know what to do or something, we just feel so lonely, and then in your time of need so many people show their appreciation for you, and so many people offer their help, which I'm incredibly grateful for. One of my really good friends, Leanne, is making a daily diary of everything, so I don't forget anything. So every improvement that I make and every bad day that I have, where she just puts moody. The main reason of this diary is so that if I have a day where I'm not really getting on very well, or a week where I'm sort of losing motivation, I give her a call and she reads off the diary and tells me everything that I've achieved and everything that I have done to motivate me more and to push me forward. But also, as well as that, I also have my own goals and dreams as well. Like one of my main goals is that I want to stand at the end of the aisle when I marry my fiancée Sophie. I want to show her the world and travel the world with her and give her the life that I've always wanted to give her. It's just one of the main things that I want to do. It keeps me ploughing on and happering forwards. Sorry Sophie, it's going to be a tough old journey, and the doctors gave me sort of a 2-year time frame to recover. Nobody knows how long it's going to take. On a realistic scale, sort of thought maybe 5 years to reach the maximum potential in my recovery. I'm sort of hoping that maybe by Christmas this year I can get my hands and my arms back, so that I can then at least be more independent and maybe start working on my laptop so that I can start making a bit of money and everything as well. I mean, even it would be really nice to get my legs back, but I think that I see them as just a mode of transport, and like I can always get a different mode of transport. So I've always told myself that as long as I get my upper body back, I wouldn't be that bothered or fussed. Obviously, yes, it will be a change, it'll be different, but it's something that I could live with, I feel. But now, today is day 42 in hospital, and I don't even know what a date is. I think it's coming near the end of July, I think. Without further ado, thank you so much to everyone that has listened to this, and thank you so much to everyone that has supported me along the way, and to everyone that continues to stand by me. Yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I plan on posting regular update progress videos and videos of me in the gym, videos of me just out and about having fun and sort of getting on with life, you know. So thank you so much for watching, and take care. Bye. Oh yeah, I forgot about that as well. I have regular spasms and twitches, which is really fun and really great. I also forgot to mention that I continually start getting sensation back in different parts of my body, but it's not 100% sensation. It's like patches of sensation, but they're like 50% there in comparison to the normal feeling that I have on my face. But yeah, sorry, I just wanted to write that in.